Hey guys, this is my review of the post pounder. It's made by Wheatheart. It's the model S2000. I was driving some posts out of my property with it. So far so good. It's done a great job. Sure beats augering in the holes. My auger out here with the ground tended to skip on rocks and wasn't getting me to the depth that I needed to. Plus it left a little bit of a mess behind to backfill, and I wasn't real satisfied with how solid the posts are. With this post driver, I just pound them into the ground and move on to the next one, and they're solid. There wasn't anyone around here that sold post drivers, and I couldn't really find a whole lot of reviews on them online, so I thought I'd add this video. Hope it helps somebody else out. You can get post pounders in hydraulic driven with a rear remote, or you can get them driven by a PTO. This one is driven by a rear remote, and what they don't really make clear to you is that you can't use the rear remote for both the supply and the return line. You'll see here that this is my rear remote, and you can see there's only one line being used. That's the supply line that goes to the post driver. The return line is this line right here on the manifold, and you can see that I've got that piped right back in to my reservoir tank. I had to get a fitting with a swivel to do that. The purpose behind that is that when this hammer lifts, it's lifted to the height with the hydraulic pressure, and all the hydraulics have to rapidly, without any restriction, empty out back into the reservoir tank to allow the driver to fall with full force. If there's any restriction in that return flow, your hammer effective force is drastically decreased. So you'll need to make sure that you pipe or plumb that in like I mentioned. A lot of the flow requirements will determine the force or size of post driver that you can use. I'm operating this Wheatheart S2000 with Kubota M8560. It has 17 gallons per minute of flow at the back, and this particular post driver requires 7 gallons per minute of flow, so I have plenty of flow. For those of you operating this with a smaller tractor, you may have to add a front ballast weight because this thing is heavy. The hammer weight on this is 300 pounds. In this box is just basically a welded metal box that I've added steel weight plates to, and I've shimmed them in nice and tight so they don't rattle around with 2x4s. Other people use punchings or plugs or slag, but you'll need to make sure the weight is balanced and the weight is tight, because when this operates, it falls with a heavy force. There are other videos by the company so I don't have to go into how this thing operates, but you can see that there is a hugger, there is a tilt, and there is a hammer lever. This is the hugger that wraps around, and it holds the post in nice and tight. It has an adjustment bar on it so that you can change the width of the hugging depending on what type of post you're driving. The tilt will tilt both this way, front and back, and left and right, so that it allows you to get your post squared up, and then the hammer is lifted, which requires the hydraulics. It will lift all the way to that height. I forget exactly what that is, but you can I think get close to a 10 or 8 or 9 foot post in there anyways. And it'll drive down to this minimum, which I believe is 48 inches. I've got pretty hard ground out here, got lots of clay and shale, and I'm driving posts 3 feet into the ground with about 20 whacks of the hammer. So it's done a real nice job. I'm really happy with it. For storage, there's a metal weight plate that spans from this cotter pin to this cotter pin, so when you're driving it's held backwards like this so it doesn't rattle around with all that weight. And when you take it off the 3-point hitch, this particular model comes with a jack stand on either side to allow you to take it on and put it on, take it off and put it on fairly easily. So hope this video was helpful for people. I'll post it online, and let me know if you have any questions about a post driver. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.